Welcome to the very first episode of MTV Madness, where I'll be going over anything related to MTV for the entirety of March. I would have called it March MTV Madness, but there already is a March Madness, and it's what they teach you in school, so I don't know, consider me a teacher, I guess. Now, I've talked about MTV a lot on this channel, but not like a lot, so, you know, this is a nice foray, that's the word, foray into learning about more MTV-related stuff. I made 3 videos about Club MTV and its sequels, but honestly, I don't know what happened to the editing for most of them. I just want to get that out of the way. I don't know what happened to the editing. I might have to revisit it just to fix it, you know what I mean? And number 2, most of the time when I mention MTV, it's usually mentioning Mike Nesmith, but I've already made a video about how Mike Nesmith made MTV, so I don't have to, ever revisit it ever again, because I already made my point in that video. Instead, we're talking about today MTV's foray into TV shows. You know, a lot of channels have their hallmark, or not the hallmark, the staple, the show that defines the whole channel. For CW, it could be the DC Arrowverse. For, I don't know, Spike TV, it could be Ink Master or Bar Rescue. Gordon Ramsay. But for MTV, well, it was a bit different. You see, MTV has been a home for OG, original series, speaking to young audiences. After starting as an exclusively music-focused network before changing into, reality TV shows and scripted series, I mentioned MTV was just music TV, but anyways, teen dramas like the Sharana Chronicles and Teen Wolf and the American version of Skins all premiered on MTV. Before any of those series debuted, however, the network took its first step into original scripted, non-animated, non-sketch comedy programming in 1994 with the TV show Dead at 21. A series built on youthful rebellion and John Sherman's own interest in the cyberpunk novels of authors like William Gibson, Dead at 21 followed Jack Noseworthy's Ed Bellamy, a 20-year-old with microchips implanted in his brain. He had been part of a secret government program aimed at unlocking children's full mental potentials to drive a human evolution, a concept popular in science fiction at the time. But unfortunately, the chips came with a deadly side effect. They would kill Ed by the time that he turned 21. The series followed Ed's adventures once the program was shut down, putting him in the crosshairs of Agent Winston, played by Whip Hubley, who was tasked with capturing all remaining test subjects. The show ran for only just 1 season, ending on a cliffhanger that left the fates of Ed, Winston, and Ed's love interest Maria, played by Lisa Dean Ryan, unresolved. Amid a troubled production, the series was swiftly cancelled by MTV. Dead at 21 has an important place in MTV's history, marking the beginnings of their original scripted live-action programming. However, it wasn't exactly a smooth start. Looking back on the series in a retrospective for Drunk Monkeys, John Sherman reflected at how Dead at 21 had been thrown together by people with little experience and little direction, working for a network that was attempting to reverse engineer success. Many episodes were designed to emulate popular music videos or to manufacture scenes built around songs from MTV's extensive music library. No, not like the Monkeys. I can't make everything about them, guys, but there will be some monkey videos at some point. He said that there was no cohesive vision or trajectory or idea for the show, even. String and Chewing Gum were just totally patching this explicitive together or whatever. You just get out the door. And without union representation, John Sherman actually had little control over his own series. According to his interview, he received no creative by credit and was pushed aside after the pilot was picked up, when Viacom hired writer and producer Rod Taylor as showrunner. Sherman noted that he felt very much on the outside with Rod, who threw out his season finale plans in favor of his own. Following the cancellation of the show has not been made available on any streaming platforms, and also never ever released a DVD release, which, I know what you're thinking, would this make this lost media? No, because the Internet Archive did come in clutch, and it has the entire series if you want to watch it. But really, they should release this on DVD, in the hopes that maybe we can get a reboot or revival of some sorts. Although, revival? Impossible, considering he was supposed to die at 21. But maybe a reboot then. And that's the whole video, and I hope that with this, you guys will probably try checking it out. I will be linking it in the description of this video, because it's important to watch, and preserve media. They say don't pirate media, but literally this is how we had to watch the series. Infinity Train, Owl House, hello, yeah. But I hope that this episode did really well and you guys want more episodes of MTV Madness. The next video in my list is talking about the Max, which is the anti-superhero series. But if this series doesn't do well, well, fuck you, I'm still gonna talk about it. So how about that, huh? How about that?
The idea was to improve the human race. Force the hand of evolution. A secret government project to implant microchips in babies' brains. Their intelligence was amplified, but their lifespan shortened. Then the order came down. Bury the project. Eliminate the witnesses. Ed Bellamy knows too much, so they framed him for murder. He hit the road with the only friend he's got left. Maybe he can outrun them, but he can't outrun his mind. It's coming apart, dream by dream. His only chance of survival is to find Victor Heisenberg, the doctor who put the chip in his head. If he fails, or they catch him first, he will be